Somebody once asked me, you say, when you wake up in the morning, what is your first impression? How does it feel for you? And I said, nothing remains unchanged. But can you comprehend that one? Because the way that the mind hears nothing, there's two kinds of nothing. There's nothing which is coming from our mind. It means like, it's basically some negative connotation. It means you're nothing, nothing is going on. But what is meant by nothing, nobody can give a meaning for this. Because in the inner experience that can confirm, nothing is happening. It cannot be explained with the words. It's a fullness, a completeness. When it is recognized, nothing is lacking. Mind is saying, but nothing is happening. What to do? I don't feel anything, I don't feel anything. And if you purchase this suggestion, then it will leave you with a feeling that something is missing. Something needs to happen, and it's not happened yet. And if you believe this, then you are in a state of, again, stuckness. You are identified only with some concept. But you caught it. Yeah. The mind is saying nothing is happening, but you didn't purchase that nothing, and then you found the right nothing. You recognize the right nothing, or emptiness. But it's beyond even the concept of nothing. Beyond even the concept of nothing. Like a space inside, in which all this world is manifesting. All the names and the forms, everything that can appear in time, subject to change, everything is appearing. But now inside, you know, what appears also disappear, and is witnessed. But you are not carried away by anything. Who you are, you cannot say, you cannot define who you are. You cannot take a photo of who you are. It has no history, has no lineage. It's beyond all descriptions, beyond all adjectives, immeasurable, immutable. Yes. And here. Not here like here and there, just here. It's here, but it didn't arrive. It didn't come, so it cannot go. Everything else is a tourist passing through. When a human being discovers this innermost truth, all troubles come to an end. All fears, depression, everything comes silent.
Thank you for that change. Thank you for that change which is happening to me. Yeah, it was a great year.
Yes.
Still there is some but.
There is going to be a but, because you said, thank you for the changes which are happening to me. They are happening in front of you. You're pleased. In this also, in this expression, this dynamic expression of self, this is also, yeah, it's you, yes, it's you. Maybe yourself in more temporary aspect, but your eternal and timeless being is not trapped in the bubble of time. But it is also pervading that, you can say. It's inherent in the expression, but it's not trapped by the expression. Therefore, you can feel the sense of your living self, and also some observing is present in that, which is not moving about doing. This is only good in the experiencing. It's not good in the writing, in the reading. It has to be the experience. It's not entertainment for the mind.
There are a couple of things which are still keeping me in the previous life. And one is probably proud. This false proud. I feel it so many times, and yeah, I can observe it. I can see it.
This pride is there. Pride is there because identity is still there. If the identity was not, there was no investment in the identity, if it was seen as also another phenomenon, and please listen so that if you get it now, you don't have to be getting it later. This identity, as long as it's there, then it will be having one difficulty here, one idiosyncrasy here, one thing still feels I'm in the past, all of this. If you can see that this identity itself is not to be given much attention. There's something that's aware of identity also, of this identity. Even though it feels personal, it's so intimate, so real, so familiar, so much the daily substance of your life. It is still viewable. It is still that which you, the deeper space in you, observes that. Stay in this place. If you hold on to identity, for what reason? When something is absorbing that identity, but something is holding on, I still want to be me. And while we have the desire, I still want to be me, it feels like there's so much to lose if I lose me. And yet, it is nothing. Because what you think you lose as me, you'll find as everything as the self. Perhaps this is one of the strongest doses of hypnosis. That you feel, the self I cannot know. So I cannot be sure about it. You see? But it's the other way around. Even the one who is saying, the self I am not totally sure about, this one itself is just the mind. That you have clothed the mind into an identity. But there's nobody there. It's just a thought. A thought is coming and you have wrapped it in flesh. And you've said it's me. But it's just a thought. A thought is there and you've wrapped it in the garment of I, so it feels to be real. But it's just a thought being experienced in the greater self. And if something is allowed to hold on to that thought, because you have the power somehow, even in just hearing this, to keep the power in neutral. Don't supply. Don't be supplying fuel to these thoughts, because they grow on attention and belief. Distraction also keeps you blind to this thing. Wherever there is this I, me, there will be trouble. If there's I, or I am, then it's good. But I, me, there'll always be trouble. And you will not detect it, because nobody points finger to themselves first. It's like the story I told about the man who goes to the doctor. I know I told you, and he's saying, "Doctor, wherever I touch is hurting me." Doctor says, "How can I help you?" He says, "Everywhere I touch, hurts. Touch here, ah, hurt, it hurt. Touch, ah, hurting. Touch, ah. So doctor said, I've never seen a case like this. Come, let me examine you. Then after giving good examination, the doctor looked at him straight and says, sir, you've got a broken finger. So it is like this with the eye. The touch here, the hurt, foolish. Wherever eye will go, whatever touch, some pain will come. It doesn't recognize that the pain is coming from its own self. So, you see, when you speak like that and you say, "This, I have this trouble," and the thing is that is to do with the past, all this is already coming from the mind self, the mental self, psychological self, not coming from the true. The true does not have any trouble. Past is not concerned about, it's transcended these concepts. Future, nobody's ever reached the future. No one has ever reached the future. Yet all cherish the notion of it.
Om Bhagavan Shri Bhagavan Om Bhagavan Shri Bhagavan Ananda Bhagavan Satchidananda Bhagavan